Good morning, everybody. I'm so glad to see so many people got up early to join us for breakfast. We had a great night last night with a lot of outings and dinners, and I was really happy to be able to arrange a 1-0 victory for the Mariners. That was great. This morning, I'd like to just recognize a few of our sponsors. Again, special thanks to our co-chairs, Alaska Airlines and Microsoft. Also want to recognize Amazon, AltaGas, Bright Night, Deloitte, Glencore, Pacific Northwest Building Resilience Coalition, Puget Sound Energy, Simplot, Tech, and the Government of Canada. Thank you. And then I also want to recognize our U.S. media partner, RH Strategic. They've been helping us throughout the week navigate the media, the complex world of media relations. So we're very grateful for their support. And I want to call up Sam Herlitka. And Sam's an associate vice president at RH Strategic, which is a national communications firm with offices in Seattle and Washington, D.C., and this year's Penware U.S. media sponsor. She partners with Fortune 500 companies, high growth startups, and industry associations to craft compelling narratives that drive measurable business impact. Sam's campaigns have earned national accolades, including a Gold Stevie American Business Award and for Healthcare Campaign of the Year, and a Summit Award for the Public Relations Society of America. So please join me in welcoming Sam.
Good morning. How's everyone doing? Good. Well, first of all, I want to thank the Penware team for putting on such an engaging conference this week. I know a lot of us are really looking forward to the sessions today, so thank you. I know that requires a lot of organization, so appreciate it. I get the opportunity to represent our team at RH Strategic. RH Strategic is a national communications firm with offices here in Seattle, but also in Washington, D.C. We've got deep roots here in the Pacific Northwest. We work with local associations, tech companies, healthcare, sustainability, and education. Some of our clients are here today. So many have been on the panels as well, so it's been nice to see you all in person, not virtually. So it's a nice, very refreshing. As we've been reflecting on the last couple of days, we've talked a lot about innovation and some solutions to address some of the challenges facing our region. And so as a communications firm, we thought we'd offer a couple of communications strategies, communications tips on how we can take the stories and the innovation that we've discussed this week and bring them beyond the conference. You know, whether you're looking to engage policymakers, whether you're looking to get in the media, it's a noisy media market. Thought we'd offer a couple of recommendations for how we take these stories and go beyond this conference. So 3 quick things. Number 1, personalize your story. You know, we often talk about macro trends, you know, big economic trends, but what people really like to hear about is personal stories. You know, how does your technology impact people's daily lives? Have those impact stories ready, because that's really what grabs people's attention. 2, double down on digital. So kind of surprising, or maybe most people get their news now from social media, not traditional news sources. So that kind of changes the way we convey our news. And so now's the time to think a little less about white papers and thorough documentaries, although I do really like documentaries, and focus a little bit more on short form content, you know, short form videos, engaging infographics. That's what we're working with our clients on. And frankly, AI can help with a lot of that. And then finally, you know, here in the Pacific Northwest, we're a little farther from our nation's capitals. And so it can be a little more challenging to get our federal to get some national attention from our policymakers. And so what we advise our clients on is find some alignment with the national priorities. When you find that common ground, even just a couple of things that you have in common, weave that into your messaging, weave that into your media storytelling, and that's a really good way to get some national attention. So, you know, thought we'd offer just 3 communications recommendations as you're thinking about telling your story and our region's story. One, personalize the story. Two, double down on digital. And three, find some alignment with the national conversation. And those are some ways to break through. Would love to share more and hear more about your stories. We have a booth outside, and so we're also doing interviews. So if you want to try the tiny mic and do an interview yourself, we can do that this morning, or look us up on our website at RH. But really appreciate your time this morning. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Sam. This morning, it's my honor to present a special award that we give out every year in honor of our founder, Senator Alan Bluchel. Alan's district was just a few miles from here. A little bit of background about Alan. He was born in Saskatchewan. He went to school in BC, and then he was in the legislature, a senator in the Washington legislature for 28 years, and he was the Senate president. And in 1991, well, before that, he had this idea of creating PennWAR, and he went to each state, 5 states, 2 provinces. And in 1991, he got 701 out of 703 sitting legislators to vote for the enabling legislation. So think about that today. That would be a real challenge. So I think that just shows how effective he was at crossing parties, encouraging collaboration, and really working on cross-border relations. With this award, we want to recognize an individual who has fostered binational cooperation and has enhanced our regional economy by working beyond borders. So this year's Founders Award is presented to Dr. Chris Sands. So Chris, come on up. I think everybody knows Chris. But if you don't, just a little background. I've known Chris for 20 years, and he is the go-to guy anytime there's anything related to U.S. Canada. He's the expert. You saw when he was facilitating a conversation with the ambassador. And he formerly was the director of the Wilson Center Canada Institute, which unfortunately just in the last couple of months was closed. But right now he serves as the director of the Johns Hopkins Center for Canadian Studies, and he also really works with a lot of students on U.S.-Canada advising, and then he has podcasts and books, and so he's the guy for U.S.-Canada. So Chris, come on up, and I'll present you with this award. And if you want to say a few things, let's go over here. Oh, sorry.
I don't know what to say. It's a great honor. I've always felt blessed to be able to come out here and go to PennWAR meeting after PennWAR meeting. I think I haven't made them all. There's no doubt about that. But I do think I've seen all 8, 10 altogether in my lifetime. And I'm not a great researcher. I mostly like to come to places where there's free food. But I can say that I know I have research skills because Ambassador Huckster was saying the other day that nobody advocates for the Canada-U.S. relationship, and I think I found you. You're all here. You always advocate for the good relationship, whether we have a president we all get excited about or a president we're all worried about doesn't understand the importance of the Canada-U.S. relationship. And to pick up on Sam's comment, this is where you get the story to be personal. This is where you get the story to be digital, thanks to the great work that PennWAR does in getting this live streaming and communicating. And this is, I think, where you have a chance to really connect. I've met so many people here I admire. I can't imagine standing here and getting any sort of honor in front of all of you. You should all be doing this instead of me. And as a Michigander who now lives in the other Washington, the one that takes, not the one that gives, I just feel humbled to be here with all of you. So thank you all very much.
Oh, and I forgot to mention that Senator Blueshell's sons are with us this week. Gordon and Turner. I don't know if they're at breakfast, but they've been with us this week. So it's a great honor to have them at the conference. Okay, now I'd like to call up our president, Representative Cindy Ryu, to receive her award and make her final remarks as our outgoing president. So Cindy, come on up.
Thank you all so very much. Who has been enjoying this year's summit? And did I not say Bellevue, Washington is sunny all the time? We just lucked out. So it's been such a pleasure serving as your Madam President the past year. I am absolutely delighted to announce that this summit has been my favorite so far the past 15 years. Not only because I had something to do with the programming, but because staff has been absolutely fantastic, as well as all the co-chairs, all the volunteer, of course, all the busy people who are putting in most of the time. It has been such a fantastic effort the past year. And I'm also looking forward to being in Edmonton next year. And I just met the incoming president and his wife, and I told her, you know, you're going to be the first lady, and you know what that means, right? You'll never see your husband again for the next 365 days. But in all honesty, I believe Penn-War has been most relevant this past year. We've had to do so much work, and we thought the pandemic was a challenge. Well, this past few months has been a huge challenge, but I've enjoyed every single moment of being your president, and so thank you also very much for that privilege. I'll give you the Korean bow.
Okay, before you go.
Okay, I get another.
Yeah, you get one too. So let's get a photo.
Yes. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
And it's been great working with Cindy over the past year. She's very passionate about disaster resilience and tourism and preparing for our FIFA World Cup. And she'll continue to lead our regional tourism councils. So Cindy's not going away for sure. All right, now I'd like to introduce our new president, who just was elected on Sunday, Honorable Travis Kiesig. He's the Minister of Environment and a member of the Legislative Assembly for Last Mountain Touchwood. A lifelong farmer, tradesman, and community leader, Travis brings deep roots in rural Saskatchewan, service in the Canadian Armed Forces Reserves, and a passion for hands-on leadership shaped by his years of leadership in 4-H. So join me in welcoming our new president, Travis Kiesig.
Well, thanks, Brandon. Thanks everyone for coming. This is truly an honor to assume this presidency, and I'm really looking forward to my duties as president and working very closely with my Alberta colleagues as we start organizing next year's summit in Edmonton. I also want to thank Cindy Ryu for all of her hard work, and Cindy set the bar high. But I'm looking forward to achieving lots moving forward. I want to make a few comments here, but first of all, I just want to talk a little bit about history. Saskatchewan is actually quite a new member in Penn-War. We joined in 2008 under the mandate of our former Premier Brad Wall. He understood the critical importance of expanding our trade network and circles of influence. 80% of what we produce in Saskatchewan is exported either through the West Coast or heading south to the United States or Mexico. $40 billion in trade changes hands between Saskatchewan and our great neighbors to the south. Saskatchewan uranium powers 1 in 17 homes in the United States of America. We provide 80% of your potash fertilizer. We shipped 132 million barrels of oil to the United States last year. And I did some Googling just to keep it in perspective. Montana, great state represented in Penwar, produced 23 million barrels last year. So we're almost 4 times more than Montana. And Saskatchewan is one of the largest purchasers of agricultural manufactured goods from the United States of America. We have 60 million arable acres. We buy a lot of tractors and we buy a lot of combines. Saskatchewan's very first representative on Penwar was my former colleague, the Honorable Lyle Stewart. He was a very staunch supporter. He did a lot of great work with Penwar. And unfortunately, Lyle lost his battle with cancer a year ago. And I'm going to ask all attendees here to join me in a moment of silence to recognize Lyle Stewart, former president, very first president of Penwar from Saskatchewan, on his passing. Thank you for that. Very respectful. Penwar truly has many strengths: cross-border collaboration, a knowledgeable and highly motivated staff, and a truly in-depth understanding of international trade issues. As the incoming president of Penwar, one of the true strengths that I feel that Penwar brings to the table is its ability to be nonpartisanship. In today's hyper-politicized environment, it's absolutely critical that we have an organization and a forum where we can have open and honest debate, something sorely lacking in today's social media world. We can reach across party lines, learn more about real issues affecting people in our constituencies, and learn other people's point of view. It's truly lacking in today's society, and it's something that Penwar brings to the table and something I want to champion during my presidency. Another key focus I want to bring to the table is right in the Pacific Northwest economic region's name: economic. We need to be laser focused on issues of the economy and have a vision moving forward of not just what's happening today, but what's going to happen in 5, 10, and 20 years from now. Working closely with Matt and Brandon and Doug and the entire team, I know this is a shared priority and something that we're going to be bringing forward together. I just also want to thank a former colleague of mine, Ken Francis, did a lot of work on Penwar and laid the foundation for groom me for this presidency. So I want to thank Ken for that. And whenever I got a microphone in front of me, I will always talk about the Lehigh Institute and the great work that they do. It is one of the highlights of my political career and a truly fantastic program that Penwar supports. So thank you to all the organizers, all the staff, all of the sponsors, all the private industry, all of the legislators, everyone here today. It is an honor to assume this presidency, and I will work hard to keep Penwar moving forward into the next year. Thank you very much.
All right, we have the official gavel passing.
It actually works. No problem. Take your time. And you get to keep it thereafter. Just put it over. Right. One more. This way. This is the pretty side. All right. Well, congratulations.
Absolutely. Steal this from you.
All right. Well, Travis, we look forward to working with you. We're going to have a great year. There's still a lot to go for the conference though. So a couple announcements. If you're interested in policy tours, we do have a waiting list. Get your name on it. There's still openings in the dairy farm tour. And it's a really interesting tour because it's not just a dairy farm. They have an anaerobic digester, and it's a tribal partnership initiative that it's really unique to this area. So I encourage you to sign up for that one. The buses will depart at 1:45 right out on 10th Street, which is just out here. So don't be late. And then tonight, our reception is in Seattle on the waterfront at Pier 66, the Bell Harbor Conference Center, sponsored by the Port of Seattle. If you haven't been to the Seattle waterfront, they have improved it immensely. It's beautiful. It connects to the Pike Street Market, goes down to the aquarium. It is just a really great thing to see. So I encourage you all to make sure you attend that. Buses will be departing starting at 5:15. That's the first bus. And then we'll have two more, probably 5:30, and then one final one at 5:40. So we can get everybody there by 6 o'clock. And then tonight, our hospitality suite is at 9 p.m. And tomorrow we have a tour of the region's space innovation corridor. And then there's also one up to Zap Energy to learn about fusion technology. And those will depart at 8:30. So still a lot to go. And then this morning, our sessions, we have a space industry session on the second floor in the Regency room. So if you weren't here yesterday or the day before, you have to go around in front of the lobby, check-in desk, and then go up to the second floor. And then the life science cluster will also be on the second floor. And we also have a maritime supply chain session that is in Evergreen AB right behind me. And the Cross-Border Livestock Health Conference will continue behind me as well in Evergreen. And then following that at 10:45, we have a session on economic corridors. That's on the second floor in the Regency room. And also at the same time, quantum computing, second floor Regency. And at the same time, advanced air mobility will be right behind me on this floor. And again, Cross-Border Livestock Health will wrap up their conference. So still a lot to go. And then we'll see everybody at lunch. So I think we'll break now and see everyone at the sessions. So thank you.